Hey, how you all doing? My name is Remuel Reyes, and in this video, I will be discussing problem solving through flowcharts, handling primitive data types, and conditional statements using if and else. This is for completion of my course project of ITE 6102. Now, I will explain each topic, show how they are applied in programming, and provide examples using visual code to demonstrate their implementation in C++. By the end of this presentation, you'll have a better understanding of how to visualize problems using flowcharts, work with basic data types, and control the flow of a program through conditions. All right, so first off, we'll start with problem solving through flowcharts 1 and 2. So if we go here, what are flowcharts exactly? As it says here, flowcharts are graphical representations of algorithms or processes often used in programming to visually map out the steps needed to solve a problem. They help break down a problem into smaller, logical steps, making it easier to understand and implement a solution. Flowcharts use various symbols to represent actions, decisions, inputs, and outputs, providing a clear, structured method for solving problems before writing any code. So this is like the first step before writing any code through whatever program you're using, such as Visual Studio Code. The first step is always doing flowcharts. This is where you map out how your program is going to go, how your code is going to go. Accordingly, this is like your blueprint. All right. And inside flowcharts, you use symbols to represent each and different types of processes and how, what are things, what is what. So we do have the oval. This is the first step, but we put in a flowchart where we represent the starting line, and also the finish line of any flowcharts. It's like when you hit enter. And then rectangle you have here is used for processes, steps, which indicate actions like calculations or assignments. This is where you put like a process where you put in, say, uh, 1 plus 1, right? This is where you put that. This is where the process of addition comes in as well. Then there's the parallelogram. Parallelogram is for the input. So say there's the process for the rectangle, right? This is used for input output, indicating where data is entered or displayed. So rectangle is the 1 plus 1 or the plus sign. Say parallelogram is where you put the numbers that are going to be processed by the rectangle, right? So this is where you input. So let's say from oval, then you're going to put in parallelogram, say input numbers here, 1 and 1, and that's going to go to rectangle addition. It's going to go back to parallelogram because that's where it's going to show the output, the sum of the first two the integers that we put in on the first parallelogram that went through the rectangles process, which is the addition sum, and the result is going to come out for a parallelogram as well. Now, diamond comes in and it's in a decision where, say, um, the whole process, if you're asking if the number that's going to be entered in parallelogram or the input is, say, for example, it's higher than 5 or not. All right, so you put in, say, 6, and it goes to the rectangle process. Is it higher than 5 or 6 than 5? So, yes, that goes to diamond. Diamond, you can put in for yes or no. So if it goes yes, rectangle, diamond, then output is higher than 5. And if no, lower diamond, lower than 5. Now the arrow shows the flow of the process from one step to another. So say oval, parallelogram, rectangle, I mean, so the way to show the steps of how the path would flow is the arrow. So the arrow would go from the start or of all the time. Start, input, arrow again, arrow, diamond, diamond goes, arrow goes to. It basically is the bridge. It's a pathway of how data is going to go through stuff. Ultimately, at the end, the arrow will point at everything down to another oval at the end, which would show the end of the whole process of the flowchart. This is an example, right? Finding some of the numbers out I was explaining earlier. Right, so start, input A and B, so you put integer 1 and 1, and the process of sum is equals to A plus B. That's the process, then the output, and the end. And see the arrows are right there in the middle. And example 2 is checking if a number is positive or negative. This is where it comes in with the diamond, right? The diamond's right here. Okay, I think I messed that up. But the diamond and the squares are supposed to be interchanged with squares of yes and no. That's where the diamonds are supposed to go. So I think I messed this up. So input a number. If it's greater than 0, that's where the square is supposed to be. I'm so sorry about that. And so if put in 1 or -1, either one is going to go to no. Negative output is negative, and the other way is positive. And then end. All right. So this is sample program that I've concocted to show the flow chart above earlier with the negative numbers, right? So this is the code I've used. Very simple code using if and else. Also code, which we've learned in the whole topic. And there, I've entered 5, which is obviously positive. All right, that's it for flowcharts. And the next thing in the group 1 is the primitive data types. All right. So, excuse me. All right. So, primitive data types. Primitive data types are the most basic data types used in programming. They represent simple values like numbers, characters, and booleans in C++. Primitive data types include int, which is for integers, of course, and float, floating point numbers, tar, or char for single characters, and bool for true or false values. They are essential for handling fundamental data in program. So here is a sample for primitive data type program that I've came up with. So basically, it consists of 3 things. There's of course, the salary, the float, right, and the character, and it's an A, right? And the true or false statements, bool. Right? Out is basically just a way of showing things on the program here. Of course, and if and else the process thought. And the answer here, we've put in the age, type, grade, A, and the boolean. You are an adult because of the age. Right. Now we're going next to the conditional statements, if or else. If you've seen with the past 2 talking points earlier, on the programs you've seen me use the conditional statements, if and else. So in the code, conditional statements allow programs to make decisions based on conditions. So as what the term says, conditions. If it's not this, then else it's that. That's in simple layman terms. The most common condition statements in C++ are if, else if, and else. These statements control the flow of a program by executing different code based on whether a condition is true or false. So it's a sample flowchart. So we start. Here, I've got the rectangle and diamonds correctly. So now we've put the age. Right, now here's the boolean here. It's a true or false condition. Right, the true or false condition comes here. Now, with the age, and is the age greater or equal than 18? So it's true or false. It goes if it's lower than 18, then it's going to go no, and it's going to push a minor. And then it's true, yes, adult. That's simple. Here's an example program, which also somehow like the data type earlier, but without the with the added extra salary and character. So age, count, right? Show the statement or question, the age. Now here is this conditional statement. If age is greater than or equals to 18, then you are obviously an adult. That's a true. And if it's a false, which is going to go down to else, and then you're a minor, which is lower than 18, so 17 below. As you can show, the program won't work. As this, I put in 10, and it shows it's minor. And I put in 34, and it shows it's an adult. Oh, yep, that's very, very simple. And for my conclusion, right, so we have explored building blocks of programming, right? Problem solving and stuff like that. Now, things going to be here: concepts, fundamentals, programmers as they provided tools and approach real world problems logically, efficiently by understanding flowcharts, types, and control structures. Now, to wrap up, we've covered the basic problem solving and programming by walking through flowcharts, which allows us to visualize the steps in algorithm before we even write code. We've also discussed primitive data types, fundamental building blocks that allow programs to handle different kinds of data. Finally, we've explored conditional statements, which gives us control over how programs behave under different conditions, if false statements, true or false booleans. Now, each of these topics plays a critical role in programming. Flowcharts help us plan data types, also process information, and visual statements let us make decisions. So remember, flowcharts plan data types, process information, and conditional statements let us make decisions. Now, together they provide a comprehensive framework for solving problems logically and efficiently. Understanding and mastering these concepts are key to writing clear code and effective code, whether you're just setting out or developing more complex programs. Right, so, and as for my part 2, I shall be, yep, that's it for okay. Now we're gonna go through the part 2 of the whole project, which is okay. Wait, hold on. This okay, cover the list of topics in part 1. Now we're gonna go to part 2, where I create the video that shows yourself doing an activity. Okay, VS Code should be seen in the video stated entered running out of program is displayed. All right. So this is what we got here: customer name, age, basing above, birth guests, and right. So it's a sample. It should somehow show like this. Okay, let's start with. All right. Share. Okay, let's share this instead. All right, so already mapped out the symbol here from the main, and everything should run smoothly. Already included the int and stuff such as that. So, all right, let's get on. I already got my main. All right, so what do we need? String customers. All right, guests. So let's start out with a string. More space. String, including in customer name. Semicolon. Stop that. Integer or integer. So putting H is a number. And of course guest as well, that's a number. Daily rate and total payment. Okay, so that covers yep, down payment, total balance. Okay, put that down payment. Of course, balance. All right. Let's go to count. What's going to show on the program? Of course, we're going to be asking users to enter this one up. Yeah, about that. Customer name. So colon. So we're gonna put that's what they'll be putting in their input. So it's there. And the semicolon to close out that statement and fine and then send name. This is gonna get it from the string on above here. Get the semicolon to close that particular statement. Now here's another example of conditional statements I'm going to be using. Instead of if else, I'm going to be using do. Well, it's actually do or while. So do is do. So just press tab there and it's going to automatically show this. So we want is count. So we want the program to do this. Of entering the customer's name, you want them to enter EH. So the whole program, going back to the word, so they're not allowed to put in minors. So the 17 and below, only they must be put in, must be 18 or above. Set it on the word file. Not be minors. That and then close it out with a semicolon. Then all right, and okay. So I'm gonna be getting that from the age up here. And that's it. Okay. All right, and if age is lesser than 18, it is a minor. It's gonna show this statement. I'm gonna make it to show this statement, which is yeah, you want them if the user inputted a number lesser than 18 or a minor. You see this error. Age is invalid. Minors not allowed. 7% 18 and above. Okay. Please try again. Here. Actually, now what an exclamation. So, okay, please try again. So putting a put it back here, a forward slash, and then to stop the line. Lengthy statement. Right, and then now forward condition while age if the customer puts in the correct age, and they're gonna put that. If they put in the correct age, it would then move forward to the guests. So it must be a adult only launch or restaurant. NSFW. Let's see. Getting from here. Guests. Right. Spell that correctly. Yep, guests. Post that statement. And the next is enter number of days, was it? Yeah, for the stay. Duration. How about that then? What's the statement? And days. Which is date. Close it. And we will put an if or else statement. Now, if guests is equals to 1, okay, run this curly bracket. So if the guest rate goes to 1, daily rate should be 10 grand. 1G should be fine. If not, else if the guests are equals to 2, need spaces there. Do we? Okay, no spaces. Equals to 2. Curly bracket. Rate would be much cheaper at grand and 8. What's that? Another conditional statement. Else if space. What's next? 3. Okay, but 3 curly brackets. Daily rate would be equals to 7. Is it 7? Close the statement. Okay. Else if guests. Oh. Okay, I just realized I made a mistake here. Guests. 4. Brackets and the last in the line. Oh no. Let's put that in. Let's see. What's the statement? And the last stated on the project is guest is equals to 5. With the daily rate of 4,500. Oh, what's the damn segment? Alright, so that's done. And next part we can move forward is with what's next? Down payment. Total. Oh, it's already there again. Goes to daily rate. Days. That's statement. Down payment is equals to and you want the 40% of the down payment, of course. And balance. Yes, the remaining balance after the down payment has been paid. Total payment minus, of course, down payment. So that's the balance. Okay, now we want the whole program to show us. And so you want it to go in nice, very nice little box. Right. Some brackets in there. Nice little box. God. New labor. Want them to show. Alright. It's done. Try to run the program. F5. Run. Okay. So the customer name is Suits Harvey Specter. 18. Let's put in 90 years old. Number of guests, 6. Let's put a 3. 7. There you go. Everything is good. Oh no. There's a big space there. Let's remove that. I wonder why. Okay. They would show that the adult word initial. Let's put in Dawn Olson. Let's put in a minor, right? 15. There you go. The error shows. Error. Age must be 15. 36. Hot. There you go. Guess has been fixed. So 7. See if that's gonna work. Number of days. 15. 15 days going through. Wilson hotel reservation slip. Hey, nice. Everything works. All good. All right, so that's it for today. Have a great day, guys.